A killer with no name. A string of brutal murders stretching across the country. An invisible monster slipping in and out of the night, leaving entire families slaughtered in their beds. For years, the crimes were thought to be unrelated, just tragic, isolated events in small-town America. But what if they weren't? What if all these murders were connected, carried out by the same man? A man who has used the very thing that was supposed to connect America, its railroads, to spread fear, death, and destruction. Tonight, we're diving deep into the terrifying case of the man from the train, a serial killer who operated for more than a decade, leaving a trail of unsolved murders in his wake. And what's even more disturbing, he may have never been caught. Welcome to the Friday Night Campfire Stories, where the shadows hold secrets and every story has a darker side. If you love horror, the paranormal, and true crime, you're in the right place. Every week we dive into the chilling stories, explore haunted locations, and uncover the mysteries that keep us awake at night. And this week is extra special because my newest book, A Perfect Journey Through Villainous Eyes, is officially launching this Saturday. If you love twisted tales, horror, and thriller stories, be sure to check it out. It will be available on Amazon on Saturday, March 1st, and the e-reader version is available for pre-order now. If you are an avid reader or just wanting to support a small independent author/rookie content creator, then purchasing my book would be a great way to help. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the reason why you all are here. So grab a seat by the fire and turn the lights down and prepare for a journey into the unknown. This is Far From Fiction. To understand how this nightmare unfolded, we have to go back to the late 19th and early 20th century. The railroads were the backbone of America, allowing people and goods to move across the country faster than ever. But they also created an opportunity for someone to kill and then vanish without a trace. The crimes were eerily similar. A family, usually living in a rural town near a train line, was found murdered in their home. The weapon, an axe. But not just any axe, usually one that belonged to the victim, taken from their own tool shed. The killer struck late at night when the town was asleep. He covered the victims' faces, sometimes even stacked their bodies. He'd wipe the axe clean, sometimes even leaving it at the scene. And then, just as quickly as he arrived, he disappeared into the night, likely hopping on to the next departing train. The murders spanned from 1898 to 1912, taking place in small towns across the country, in states such as Kansas, Oregon, Florida, Arkansas, and more. But at the time, there was no connecting the dots. Let's take a look at some of the most chilling murders linked to the man from the train. 1897, West Brookfield, Massachusetts. A family was slaughtered in their home. The prime suspect, a German immigrant and farmhand named Paul Mueller. But before police could capture him, he disappeared. And that was just the beginning. 1901, Blue Rapids, Kansas. A family of 5 was found butchered in their home, their bodies arranged into a way that suggested a ritualistic pattern. The scene matched later crimes, but no suspect was identified. 1909, Rainier, Washington. Another family wiped out again. An axe was used. Again, their home was near a train track. The murders were brutal, yet completely silent. No neighbors heard a thing. And then the big one. June 9th, 1912, Villisca, Iowa. The most infamous case linked to the man from the train, the Villisca Axe murders. 8 people were killed in their sleep, including 6 children. The killer covered the mirrors, locked the doors, and left no sign of forced entry, despite multiple suspects. including a traveling minister and a local businessman. No one was ever convicted, but looking at the evidence, it matches the man from the train's pattern almost perfectly. These are just a few of the cases believed to be connected. In total, historians and researchers believe he may have killed over 100 people. I've also talked about him before in a previous video, the Hinnerkai effect, which was a case I covered late last year, which happened to a family in Germany. A lot of people believe that it could have been the man from the train, believing that he could have fled the country at some point and went to Germany. For over a century, the man from the train remained an enigma. But in 2017, crime researchers Bill James and his daughter Rachel McCarthy James published a groundbreaking book. After years of research, they identified their prime suspect as Paul Mueller. Mueller was a farmhand suspected in the 1897 Massachusetts murders. When police began to investigate him, he vanished, hopping trains to escape. Bill believes that Mueller simply kept killing, using trains as his getaway. The locations, patterns, and sheer randomness of the murders all support this theory. And perhaps the most chilling detail, the killing stopped around 1912. Did Mueller die? Was he caught for an unrelated crime and imprisoned under a different name? Or did he simply leave the country and continue elsewhere? As I stated earlier, some suspect that he could be linked to the 1922 Hinnerkai effect murders in Germany. A killer who moved like a ghost, using America's railroads as his hunting grounds. A century-old mystery hidden in the records of a small-town police departments. And a name, Paul Mueller, that may finally bring the truth to light. Or is it all just a decoy? Maybe the historians have it wrong. But here's the thing about history. Some of it stays buried. Some mysteries are never meant to be solved. What do you think? Do you believe that Paul Mueller was the man from the train? Or is it possible that someone else, maybe multiple killers, were responsible for these horrific events? Let me know in the comments below. That wraps up our chilling case of the man from the train. A story that proves sometimes the most terrifying monsters aren't fiction, they're real. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I post 3 times a week, true crimes on Wednesday, haunted history on Mondays, and original horror stories every Friday. Plus, I've been dropping short horror content all week long on YouTube Shorts and TikTok, so if you love a good scare, you don't want to miss what's coming next. And before we go, don't forget, A Perfect Journey Through Villainous Eyes, my brand new book of 6 anthology stories, releases this Saturday. It's a collection of 6 terrifying anthology stories, and I can't wait for you all to experience them. If you love dark, twisted tales, this book is for you. We're also getting closer to 100 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be a part of this journey. So hit that subscribe button, share the channel with a friend, and let's keep building this horror community together. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and always keep your eyes on the shadows. As always, thank you for spending a little bit of your evening here with me.